Hey everybody, my name is Tom Barnes. This is Stories from the 78, and the story today is coming out of Lemont, a very awesome organization called the Lemont Junior Women's Club. And I'm here with co-president Jennifer, or I'm sorry, is it Jen or Jennifer? I want to make sure I get that right, McCarty.
Sure, you could call me Jen.
Jen, how are you today?
I am doing very well. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me, Tom.
Absolutely. So talk about this club, this organization out in Lemont. What do you do for the community out in Lemont?
Absolutely. So the Lemont Junior Women's Club is a completely volunteer-based organization. We are an organization that provides philanthropic endeavors to our organization and to our community. And in our community, we provide a number of community-based grants. So one thing, if you're from Lemont, you might have recently recognized within the last 3 years we have completed is the Centennial Park. It is an ADA completely accessible playground in Lemont that we donated over the course of 3 years to the Lemont Park District to actually build that. And some other notable features within Lemont that we provided grants for is what's called Safety Village. It's a small building that houses a number of meetings and also provides 1 week safety training for children in the summer. We also did a reading corner at the Lemont Township Center, which is an outdoor reading venue that students and teachers can utilize. So we have a lot of physical attributes around Lemont that's kind of what you can see and can recognize as being provided by the Lemont Junior Women's Club. One of the things that we recently wanted to do was to provide some things that weren't so something that you can really touch or feel. And so what happened was my co-president and I, Holly Allen Limbaugh, had discussed that we, during our presidency, would like to see our organization give back in a different way.
Interesting. Very cool. Very cool. So you and Holly, co-president, first of all, just make sure I understand, you help come up with these different initiatives to put forth with the community, and you're going to talk about one here in a second, but how do you go about raising the money to get all this stuff done? Because it sounds incredible, the work that you're doing down there, providing all these. I mean, a park is no small feat to get done. I'm very familiar, as a loved one of mine is a landscape architect, so they have many stories about trying to get these types of things done.
Absolutely. So as you said, Tom, it's no easy feat, but we have a great group of women behind us. We are at almost 100 women volunteers. As I mentioned, wow. The Lemont Junior Women's Club, we're actually part of a larger organization called the General Federation of Women's Clubs. And so we kind of follow their guidelines and bylaws. But for us, we do fundraising efforts. And so one of the biggest fundraisers that we generally have once a year is usually a gala. This year it was a casino night gala that we provided to the community. People paid money. We got donations from so many local businesses, also businesses even from as far away as Lake Geneva provided us.
Oh, wow. That's like the other side of the, I mean, because Lemont is way south in terms of like Chicago. And for those who don't know Lake Geneva, it's in Wisconsin.
Absolutely. So a lot of businesses are very generous, providing silent auction items for us. So we were able, during that casino night fundraiser, we raised over $15,000.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. We do a number of other smaller fundraisers throughout the year that we try to get the community involved in. Several years ago, we did a fundraiser called Blues and Blooms, which was an outdoor summer festival. So we do a number of different fundraising ideas that we can raise funding for various projects within our own community.
And you have something coming up, I believe it's a certification process for CPR. Was that right? I read some of the things you have coming up for an event. Why don't you get into that?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, so one of the things that Holly and I wanted to get into was to provide some mental health benefits for our community. It kind of started out as a little project where we talked to the school district. We were going to provide some coffee talks for parents, provide some mental health nights for the library, and ultimately it sprung into what we're calling our wellness symposium that is completely based with mental health. So as you mentioned, one of the, first, just to let you know, the event is going to take place on February 25th. It's a Saturday. It's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's at Old Quarry Middle School in Lemont, Illinois, and you do not need to be a Lemont resident to attend. Everyone is welcome to attend this event. It is completely free of charge.
Wow, that's amazing to be able to have that kind of access free of charge. So anybody can come, anybody watching this.
Anybody can come down to Lemont. They just need to register on our link, which we have provided on all of our social media as well as our website. And I think, Tom, you might have a copy of that poster as well.
Yeah, and I'll link it on the page here as well.
So our wellness symposium, as I mentioned, we had started out with a smaller project, and we got such great feedback from many of these organizations that they were all on board to do a symposium. A lot of these organizations are providing their staff completely free of charge. So you mentioned one thing, we have a CPR, and it's actually going to be a CPR refresher. It's not going to be an actual certification. Just due to the time constraints. So we do have that available as one of the options. We also have an organization from Counseling Works that's going to talk about divorce, how to talk to your children about divorce. We have members from Timberline Knolls, which is a residential treatment center, coming in to talk about the benefits of art therapy for children. We have the Crisis Center for South Suburbia, who will be there to talk about domestic violence. Depression and anxiety in children will be talked about by Birch Forest Counseling. We have a great organization coming to talk to us. It's called Rainbows. They're going to talk about grief, how to talk to your children about grief. We have the District 113A, which is our local school district, as well as the Hinsdale Humane Society. We'll talk about the benefits of comfort dogs for children. We have a nutritionist who's going to come and talk about healthy meal planning for families, because healthy eating also translates into your healthy mental well-being.
Absolutely. Everybody knows a sugar crash when they feel one, because all you want to do is take a nap and you're crabby and grumpy, and yeah, you need to have good food. It fuels your body.
Absolutely. We have so like I said, we have a number of organizations. Timberline Knolls is also going to talk about addiction treatment, how parents can talk to their children about addiction, what the signs and symptoms are. We have the local police officer, Officer Lucarella, who's going to talk about social media and its impacts on children. And I attended one of the talks that he did at the Lemont Library. And I will tell you, for parents, it is excellent as a mother myself of young children to understand what's being out there on social media, and the impacts it can have on a child's mental health is extraordinary. We also have Dr. Kunal Sacha, who's going to talk about self-care and resiliency for children, which is great coming out of COVID. I mean, as most of us know, 2 years of children's kind of being isolated, talking about how parents dealt with that, not only self-care and resiliency in children, but also in yourself as a parent. We have Autism Behavior and Childhood Services who are going to provide hands-on workshops for parents, both for yoga, how you can bring down a child's demeanor, as well as providing hands-on workshops for parents and how to talk to your children, how to get them to open up to you.
Yeah, any parent who has kids at a certain age, it's like pulling teeth to try to get them to talk to you outside of how was your day? It was good. And that's kind of it. So yeah, different tricks and trade to get them to talk is always very key for sure.
Absolutely. We're just so thrilled that all of these individuals will be part of this. And this is like I said, no small feat. We have our partners in this, the Lemont High School, the Lemont District 113A, the Lemont Library, Timberline Knolls. They have all provided us with a number of different resources for this, including Lemont High School actually helped us out with a grant to secure our keynote speaker. For your viewers who might be familiar, it's Jackie Rue. She's pretty well known in the educational realm. She has a number of podcasts. She provides trauma sensitive training to schools. She has 20 years experience. And so basically what her goal is when she talks to educators in providing these resources to schools is to follow the CDC guidelines, which talk about the fact that schools should provide a collaboration between educators and health sectors to improve the cognitive, physical, social, and emotional development of children.
Wow, that is all going on in just this one event. And how many of these events do you have throughout the year?
So since September, we've provided 6 different events on a much smaller scale. This particular symposium, we wanted to provide a one-stop shop for busy parents. So you have 3 hours, you can attend 3 different workshops, hear from a keynote speaker. We will provide you with lunch. We will provide you with childcare. We are trying to eliminate any barrier to attending this particular workshop.
Yeah, it's like the Super Bowl of events you guys have going on. That's amazing. For folks that might want to find out more information, first, what's the website? Give that out really quick, if you wouldn't mind.
Absolutely. So you can find some information on our website. It's www.Lemont Junior Women's Club. That's women's, WOMAN.org. A lot of people mix it up.
Sure. No, I get it. I do it all the time.
You can find information there. You can follow us on our social media at Lemont Juniors, both on Instagram and Facebook. We are posting it everywhere on social media. Again, free for anyone to attend. They just need to register.
And if people want to be part of this and help volunteer, is it the same website for them to find out more information about that?
Absolutely. So our Lemont Junior Women's Club, we are based out of Lemont, Illinois. You do not have to be a resident to be part of our particular organization. However, due to geographical travel, I'm sure most of our interest would be from that particular area. But we are happy to have anyone who wants to get involved. We do a number of different things throughout the year, like I said, not only with mental health, but also in providing a better environment for our children through playgrounds and things like that.
Jen, it's been wonderful talking to you and learning about this organization. Again, the Lemont Junior Women's Club. How long has it been around?
So we are actually celebrating our 30th year. So
wow.
In September, yeah, we are turning 30 years young.
It's amazing. It's a great example for other people in the community, how you can organize and help your fellow neighbor, even if you're not directly next door to them. We're all neighbors in the end. So to help people get some information that they need or to help them through a tough time is wonderful. So congratulations to you and Holly, who are leading this as the co-presidents, and to everyone who volunteers. I think I speak for many who say thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Tom. Thank you.